And what is up, guys? It's another episode of ZPG Garage here, and today we're going to keep vinyl wrapping the S2000. That's right, the S2000. But guys, I fucked it up so hard it's become British. I'm so sorry. It used to be a Japanese car, I swear. It started like it's Honda this morning, and I tried wrapping it and it just became like a... I'm scared.
So you may remember from a few episodes ago that we've got the fuel system running, we've got air, we've got compression, we've got rotation in the engine, we've got spark. Now we've got to work on the most exciting part about this beautiful, beautiful car, and that's the carburation. So as you might remember, one of the things I was really excited about was the fact that there was a triple carburetor system on this Jaguar. A triple carburetor system is something really, really special. See, you got cars like the Tirana XU1, the Charger E49, E38 packages, the Datsun 260Z, I believe, all running triple carburation systems, a 6-cylinder with 3 means of fuel delivery, and it's really, really cool to see a car, or have the privilege of working on a car with 3 carburetors. So I'm very excited to actually tackle this. Triple SU carburetors, HD8 carburetors. I've already had the fuel bowls cracked on this. I've already looked inside the fuel bowls, and I saw that there was gunk inside the fuel bowls, and who's to say that that gunk is not going to end up in the needle and seat, you know. So it's best just to take these carburetors off and renew them, as some might say. SU carburetors, all with their own fuel bowls, a quick priming system for cold starts, all individual fuel lines, all mounted to this triple manifold, triple barrel manifold. So these spring bolts here need to be taken off to actually physically remove the carburetors from the manifold. I also need to disconnect the linkages, which is here. So I need to take the springs off of those to remove tension on those, to allow me to unclip them and then unbolt them. So this linkage here twists and actually turns the butterfly valves inside. So spring tension needs to be relieved from that. Circlips need to be removed here. I've already removed one just to get an idea of what I was doing. Then the linkages need to come off, and then the carburetors are secured by 16 of these spring bolts. So there was a circlip on here. Just need to punch out this up now. Up and out. There we go. And just to be safe, get the circlip, I'm going to slip them back over, just so I can lose them both at the same time. Around. Alright, so there we go, that's that linkage off. Sweet. And we continue on to the other linkages and take those ones off. And it's also time to remove these. No idea what they are. I just know they need to come off. Jaguar, what are you doing to me? Your stuff's gross. I don't want to fix it. We get brand new surprises every day. They weren't half inch, they were 7/16. Isn't that just great? Okay, let's crack all these spring-loaded nuts. And let's find out if they're gonna come off. Okay, unfortunately I had a change of plan. These carburetors aren't coming off easy. The stud at the bottom 2 studs, I got everything off, but the bottom 2 studs are blocked by the back of the carburetor. There's no way to get those nuts off without taking off the entire manifold, having it on a bench and doing it properly. So far I've dropped about half a dozen bolts on the ground. I've dropped all my springs on the ground. I had to go back to using a tobacco tin just to
keep track of everything. So instead, I'm going to get the air compressor out. We're going to open up these float bolts. We're going to spray them out, fill them up with petrol, and hope for the best. See what happens. If necessary, yes, I'll take them off, but let's roll with it, you know. So we're just going to take off these float bowls. So it's just this banjo bolt here. Got some a multi grip here. And just go. Yep. And we just go. Zinga. Alright, that's off. It's a lot tougher than I thought it would be, but it's alright. It's too tough. Just like this car. It's too tough. I'm gonna put my hand under here, like this washer. Oh! Oh my fucking god! Drop it off. Fuck! Fucking hell. Dropping the fucking thing again. And yeah, they all have issues. That one's got a lot of debris in it. A lot of debris. And a lot of debris. So we'll get the air compressor out and we'll yeah, blast them. And in anticipation of blowing all this out, I'll take all the top hats off just so I can blast inside those needles. So let's take that off. And this one off. This one off. Put that one there. Get these pistons out. Yeah. That needle in the seat. Seen better days. Let's give it a spray. Going through the needle, coming out the bowl. And just to ensure, when I scrub this, I get all the calcium bits out, I'll be using like a little brass brush. So that shouldn't scar the metal up too much while I scrape all the old gasoline out. So let's get started. And to get any shit that I missed, I'm going to put some brake cleaner in here with a fresh rag cut from my curtains to get it all out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these rods out, clean out the outside of it, make it all smooth, and yeah, just chuck it back in. I don't know why. Maybe it was backfiring or running rich or something, or maybe this is just what worn hats look like. Despite appearances, that is smooth. So carry on to the next one, I suppose. There we go. 3 clean pistons, I call them. In good, usable condition. So we'll stab these back in the car. And right here, now all we have to do is just pop these back in. Line up the needle. Spring. Almost forgot. I've forgotten something else, but I'm sure I'll remember it in due time. Like, on. So I'm leaving the carb bowls off because I want to fill these up with petrol directly. That way I can eliminate any issues with the fuel system that might represent, and I can just test the state of the carburetors as they are, just blown out. See how we go. So we just fill up these carb bowls now. Shouldn't be so hard. Oh yeah. Why am I so bad at that? Here we go. I am really bad at pouring. So those are all filled up, and really there's no other thing to do but crank it over and see if it fires off. So all the luck I need. Alright, let's find out. Oh yeah, I need to connect the battery. That would help it out. I got gasoline everywhere. That's smart. Anyway. Give it a fire up. No. So wow, really shocked that the car runs. We still got a single job to do before we can wrap up the whole carburation system, and that's these. These go on the top of the carburetors. Each float bowl has one of these, right? And this regulates how much fuel goes into the float chamber, and that's dictated by that valve there that sits up against the surface up here. And when the float fills up with fuel, it shuts that valve against the face of this thing and prevents more fuel from coming in unless the fuel level drops and more fuel gets in. So this is pretty important for the car's running condition. This one seems fine. This one just needs a blast out. So there's actually a real easy way to test these. Once you think you got them clean, and all I did was just RP7 and brake cleaner. So once you think you got them clean right, you can actually test the valve to make sure that's closing properly. So if you hear this, I mean it's leaking through, but if you close this valve, you'll be able to hear no air coming through. And remember, this is only a 3 psi system like carburetors usually are, so you don't really need much air pressure. So you just go. That one's good, and then we go for the next one. That one's good, and we go for the next one. Good. Alright, we can install these back in the car. Oh Jesus, that's pissing a lot of fuel everywhere. That means that the fuel pump and the fuel lines work, which is awesome stuff. So, thanks very much for watching. I think the next thing to do on this car is to fix the water pump system and the water system. I've got the thermostat housing off. That's off. I've got to get that welded. I've got to clean up the water pump, and I've got to service the radiator. So stay tuned to look at how I do the cooling system. Thank you very much.